Well, boy, howdy, boys and girls, men and women of all ages and walks of life. Welcome to the middle of the garage. Anyways, guys, I'm supposed to be over there on the building side, and I'm not. I've got a new member of the family here today. You know, I have struggled with ever needing more guitar amplifiers. I don't need any more. And I got rid of all my tube amps except for the Vibrolux. But I was watching YouTube, and you know how that goes, guys. You know, it's a sinful pleasure. Anyways, I kept seeing this thing pop up. This is the model price, also Harley Benton. Either one, they're the same exact thing. This is the Stage Right 15 watt with a Celestion 7080 speaker in it. So we need to take it out of this box and check it out together. I hope you're having a wonderful and a blessed day today here at Randy's Guitar Shop. Over here we've got number 3 on the green side of my Moore Groove Loop Pedal 2. Shall we just get with it? All right. And I think we should test it a little bit today. We'll leave the real fun part till this Saturday in the garage. It's got your little booklet that tells you pretty much everything that you already know. We'll just throw that over there. Let's lift it on out of here, guys. And it doesn't weigh much of anything. You know, that's one thing about tube amplifiers. My Blues Junior, my Vibrolux is at least 60 to 65 pounds. So let's just throw this over here for now. Here's the back of it. It's got the 7080 Celestion. It's got a small reverb tank, which I will probably replace. It has 2 EL84s, and it's got 3 12AX7s. Now, I looked at those yesterday, and they are no brand. And I have heard that these brand new issues of this one come with all JJ tubes, not this one. And when I finally checked it out here, this was made in 23, but sold as brand new. Anyways, guys, that's the back. I'll bring it up here a little closer. It weighs about 25 pounds, no big deal. I can still lift 25 pounds. Come on, J-Man, I don't need you to come over here and lift this for me, but another year or so I may need it. So it's got your regular controls here, guys, like on any amp. And, you know, it's different than a regular old Fender in that it has a master volume, basically. So it's got a gain control, a volume control, a tone control, which is almost to me like a presence control. And then it's got bass, middle and treble, and reverb. It's got a 2-spring tank. Now, I didn't pay the cheap price for this thing. I may have even overpaid a little bit, but you know, hey, that's the way things go. There's a couple things about these that guys don't care for. One is it's got a hardwired plug that's not all that hefty, and it's not very long. So in the long run, a guy, if he was using this, he was gigging with it, he'd probably want to replace that with a plug-inable one. You know what's cool? It has an effects loop. And that's pretty neat. You know, all those old Fender amps, none of them had it. Now this is going to sound different than a Fender. And it's based off some people claim it's like a Blues Junior clone, but it's not really. It's off a Laney Cub 12 with reverb. I guess there was 2 versions of that. I don't know. But if you look at the schematic for this and the Cub 12, they're identical. So that's what this thing is based off of. What do you think? Let's just quit the John and let's put it in over here and plug it in as a preview to this Saturday. All right, let's carry it out over there. And most conveniently, we happen to have a power strip right here. Wow. He's plugged in. And also conveniently, we just happen to have a cable that runs to my footboard. Let's plug it in. It also has a it's not really a power attenuator, I don't think, but it's got a little switch on the front of it. You know, it's a push-pull switch that it says 1 watt or 15 watts. There's controversy about that, and I probably would never even try putting it on the 1 watt. That's usually for guys that want to play real quietly in an apartment room, but still want to get some grit from it. So, with that being said, let's test it out with a Strat kind of a guitar with 3 pickups and the Telecaster, and then we'll get on with what we usually do today. See you in just a minute. Let's turn it on. We'll see how long it takes that thing to warm up. Some tube amps warm up fairly quickly, other ones not so much. So we'll just kind of let it sit there for a while and meditate. This one is also plugged in, and maybe we'll turn that one on later on today, see how that sounds too. Let's use this guy right here, and we're going to go ahead and turn this fabulous loop off. That's not good. That's probably that right there. Okay, we've got the gain at about, that's one thing, changing the subject, that's one thing that a lot of people complain about on this, is that chrome plate is really hard to see when there's light on it. But the gain's at about 4. Reverb's at about 5. Treble is at like 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10. Middle is backed off just a hair from dead center, and the bass is turned up a bit, and the tone control is at about 6. Now, let's see what happens if we turn it up a little bit. Got to turn the actual volume down a little bit to turn the gain up. Way, my pedal board doesn't really have anything on it, and this thing does buzz. It's a typical tube amp with a single coil guitar. Let's just crank it up all the way and see what happens. Try to run my amps kind of clean. So let's turn it back to where I had it. Now it has that really, you know, this reminds me a lot of my old PV 30 watt tube amp that had 4 EL 34s in it, I think, maybe 84s, I'm not sure. But, you know, it has that creamy kind of a, doesn't have that spanky Fender sound. Let's turn this reverb all the way up. I hope you're hearing this stuff. It has a decently long long tail on it without making it too noisy. Let's turn that back here a ways. So, shall we play the controls just a little bit? So, Saturday, excuse me, Saturday, we won't have to fool around with it too much. Let's just see what the controls do. Let's start here. Let's turn the volume up to about there. Let's turn this thing back. That's the tone control. Now we've already had it in the middle, so let's try it here all the way open. That's pretty Fendery. Okay, let's turn the bass all the way off. We already had it about halfway, so let's turn it all the way up. Bass. This thing sounds pretty dang good for being as cheap as it is, you guys. Of course, maybe that means it only lasts for about 3 weeks. We'll see. Put him back about there. That back about there. Let's turn the treble, or the middle, off. Let's try a different pickup thing. All right, let's turn the middle up to the middle. Let's turn the middle all the way up. Let's turn the middle back down to about there. And let's turn this treble all the way off. So it's got a pretty wide sweep. So I'm saying it's pretty versatile, guys. Guys, one thing I'm hoping it'll do in the long run, and we'll see about that later, is how it sustains in a situation where you want sustain. Let's put this thing down. Try this one real quickly, hopefully. I don't want this video to be too long, because you guys don't watch this video very much anyways on Wednesday. Because it's mostly for building. Let's try this again, guys. Boy, these pickups are incredible. Tone Rider, these are the blues too, but just the difference between the output of that and this isn't hardcore output, it's really kind of low, but do you hear the difference? Alright, let's just crank that up a little bit, see how that sounds. So you could easily play this thing with a drummer. Easily. And my Blues Junior guys was the same. I played in a band, a blues band, or kind of a rock and blues band for a number of years with just a Blues Junior with a drummer and another guitar player. Alright guys, that's enough tomfoolery with this thing today. We're going to really test it out here this next Saturday. So one of the reasons I have Wednesday is to show you the what I'm doing with these guitar builds. So I'm working on this remodeled Glary. I've got the neck looking pretty good. Got my little old name on it. I've got some fine tuning to do on it, but for the most part, it's done. And you know, there's something I always kind of wanted to do, but I never did. I always wanted to do a swirl painted guitar. You know, and it's been around for years. I mean, you go on YouTube and they were doing that 15 years ago, so it's kind of passé. But I always kind of wanted to build at least one, and I'm thinking this would be a good candidate for that. I have all the correct paints. Now, these paints, I have heard, can go bad. So hopefully these haven't, but they've been out here in the garage for at least a year, maybe two, because I just never got around to it. I've got a number of different colors. I'm not going to use them all. But check this out, guys. Sorry about all the back shots, but I kind of like it the way it looks. But this would be the base color that I'm starting with to do the swirl paint job. So anyways, guys, you can see it's been modified here in the neck area, so I can get my little paw up there to play it. It already had a swimming pool route, and I'm just not sure what I'll end up doing with this, but in the next week or so, I'll figure it out, because it's supposed to cool down. I can't do a swirl job or really any painting. It's still going to be over 100 today, but then next week it's supposed to start backing off for the next couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, that is what's going on in the shop. Wow, a lot of stuff going on. Anyways, guys, that being said, I hope you have a great week next week, and I hope you have a good week the rest of this week. And in closing, I just want to give you this little bit of wisdom. Hopefully it's wisdom. And it says, Philippians says, my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Jesus. So, that is very heartening. It's a wonderful thing. Loving God. Anyways, guys, don't forget to pray for your country, whatever country it is. Don't forget to pray for the world, the people of the world. Steps are being taken. Things are being done slowly but surely. And sometimes that's the way the world has to work. It can't just be instant anything. If we're going to have better prices, if we're going to have better this, better that, better government, it takes a while. You can't just take it over, you know, like in the good old days when the one civilization came and just wiped out the other one, you know, that took care of the problem. Anyways, guys, and don't forget to pray for your friends, neighbors, and loved ones that need medical attention. Keep your thoughts and prayers going to the Father to get folks on the road to recovery. I'll see you Saturday, and we'll really goof around with this thing and see what it's made of. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. And in the comments, if you feel like it, if you want to give me a like, but comment. Do you think I should swirl that thing? Leave it gold? I don't know. See you later. Bye-bye.